from New York. Whoa.
No.
Hey.
What?
What's up, Grevin? You number one today. What's up, Joe? Midnight Cruiser. Jeremy, what's up, brother? What's up, Chad? What's up, Raymond? What's up, Seth? What's up, Billy? What's up, Dan? Silverado. What's up, Shane? Kyle? JR? Alan? Walter? Big Paul, RC, what's up? What's up, Keith? What's up, Daniel? What's up, Dave? Yeah, it's been pretty cold, 20s and 30s. What's up, James? Chris? Adam? I'm going to call you Seda because I don't know how to say that. What's up, Lenny? Ah, man, Shane, I was just looking at Charlie Bucket today. I need to get after it. I did get the hose crimper working, so that's good. What's up, Rod? They're out there, Midnight Cruiser. They're out there. You just got to keep your eyes peeled. Shane says, hey, Jessica.
Hello.
She said hi. She'll be in the picture here in a little bit. She's going to bring us some presents to open. Nothing, Lenny. She's just sitting over at the ranch waiting for me to get the shop done so I can paint it. Yeah, Chris, same. No snowstorm for me, Billy. It was frozen, though. No, super's long gone. Nope, it's just over at the ranch. Viper's long gone too, bro. No, Marlo's not running yet. My plan to have it running by Wednesday this week is probably not going to happen. So maybe by Friday, and if not, probably middle of next week. Right on. What color was it? Shane, I've got 8 trucks left. What's up, Kim? How's the weather in Adelaide? What's up, Pup? What's up, Pat? Oh, right on. White. I like white trucks. Cold and wet. Man, that's the way it is everywhere I've been. Me too, Big Paul. I wanted to start it today, but I'm lacking a couple things. I broke the crank sensor. I don't know if I broke it or if it got broke handling it, but either way, it got broke. I'm waiting for one to come. What's up, Bri? What's up, Justin?
Let me know when you're ready.
Midnight Cruiser, the Marmon, Black Betty. She's good. Jessica just started it up the other day and let it warm up. We're gonna do that again. We were on to the ranch this weekend. do some work in the shop over there. So we'll maybe we'll shoot a video, a little cold start video. Let her sit there and smolder. Do some push-ups. One arm. Oh. Yeah. Pup, I will do air ride cab. I have one that's older. I might try to sandblast, prime and paint the thing, or sandblast, have it powder coated, and maybe rework it, or I might just get the cab mate set up. It just depends. I'll probably try and get this old one to work first. I think the cab mate's, $12, $13, $1,400 or something. I'd rather spend money on something else. You can bring that stuff whenever, babe. Drum roll. So I was talking to Tim Gentry the other day, and he was like, "What are you going to do for a fuel system?" And I was like, "Man, I don't know. I hadn't really thought about needing a fuel system." And so Tim put me in touch with guys from AirDog, and I talked to them for a little bit.
I hit my foot on the table.
You make it?
Yeah.
Jessica just crashed into the table, just about
Ripped my pinky toe out.
pinky toed herself right to the floor. Let's see, catch up a little bit. What's up, Wes? What's up, Richard? So, anyways, got something in the mail today. And I haven't opened it yet, so we're gonna open it together. Oh, got some more stuff. Put it right on top. Is it heavy? That one's heavy. Okay, come on, put it up there. And then give me my knife.
Good night.
Man, you almost can't even see me. Look at all that stuff. I'll move it over a little bit. What's up, David? How's it going, brother? All right, what is this thing? This thing's like a Spyderco. You guys got one of these? I like it. Spyderco Police. Check it out. I open all my packages with it. This little part right here, yeah, that's made for cutting meat. You got to be careful. What's my dream semi truck? Probably Marla, I guess. If I were to pick something out. Oh. Now you can't see me at all. That's good. I like it. Let's start working our way through this. airdogdiesel.com. Get him down. You don't need to be up there. Yep. Let's see what's in here. Oh, you can't carry knives. I don't know. I don't know about somebody in the government telling me what I can or can't do to protect myself. Look at it. Just look at it. Man. Oh, we're not there yet. We'll see. So in this box, we'll try to put down these flaps a little bit. And then try and get you a little bit better view. No, it's good. So in this box, there's so many goodies. Comes with the nice book, instructions. Comes with a little koozie. That's cool. Oh man, the business end. Nice wiring harness. It's always good to have beautiful brand new wiring. I'm working on an old truck. Comes with a little bit of 3/8 fuel line. And then comes with this nice little box of goodies. This is install kit for Detroit Series 60. Comes with fuel pressure sensor, bag of fittings, some zip ties. Man, it's a pretty complete kit. Another bag of fittings, some brackets, some nuts and bolts. That's pretty cool. And then the business end. Try and get this thing out of the bag without you seeing it. All right, here we go. You ready? There it is. Look at it. Just look at it. Man. So this is where
Oh, yeah.
it separates the men from the boys, I guess. That's the way you want to say it. You know, you can tune a truck and you can let it run off the stock aerated fuel system, or you can get yourself an air dog. And man, I'm super excited. This thing is pretty big. I'm not really sure where I'm even going to put it. I've got to make some new brackets and try and find a place to mount this, and that'll be my task for tomorrow. I thought about doing a live and just letting it run all day, but after looking at my recording today and seeing how many times I threw stuff and said a bunch of bad words over and over and over, I'm not sure that a live is really what I want to do for doing this installation. I'll tell you a little bit about what I did today. Let me get this other box open and see what's in there.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Koozie for my bear. Yeah. What's up, Jim from the Philippines? Let's see. airdogdiesel.com. In case you guys wonder. So look, you know, there's a lot of talk about fuel systems and what's good or what's bad, but if you know how a factory fuel system works, you end up with a lot of air in your fuel. Oh, looks like I got a spare set of filters. You know, there's a box in there. Let's see what's in this box.
Ooh.
I'll tell you, these guys are pretty fast too. You know, we talked on the phone twice. We tried to figure out what my goals were. One of the things that you guys will notice about me, and probably already have, is that I never can really settle for anything that's stock. And so when they started asking me what my horsepower goals were, yep, Darren, it was definitely not PG. Oh, look, I got some braided fuel line and some field serviceable fittings. That's awesome. And a little installation manual for that as well. So that's pretty badass. Anyways, you guys know that I can't ever settle for just something that's stock horsepower. And so, you know, when I first decided I was going to build Marla, come over here, Mama. Sit in on the live with me. What's up, Jeff? Good to see you from Hinesville, Georgia. Yeah, Walter, it probably would be entertaining, but maybe some of the people who don't like to hear the F word might leave me. I mean, you never know. Hopefully I can get Jessica in here. It's hot in here. Got me all geeked up looking at that high performance pump. Yeah, Billy, like I said, they're great people to deal with. We talked a couple times on the phone. We came up with a number, horsepower number. They built me a special pump. They run it through the test for a day or so, and then boom, it was on my doorstep. Great people there. airdogdiesel.com. airdogdiesel.com. So, you know, stop in there, drop a comment on their page, let them know that I sent you. That'd be super cool. But anyways, you guys know that I'm not happy with horsepower numbers. I say it a lot, you know, oh, you got 1,000 horsepower. A lot of people just throw out a number. They figure, well, somebody said it's a 800 horsepower tune. Oh, it feels good on the seat of the pants, so it must be 800 horsepower. Well, you know, we're not messing around with Marlo. This thing's getting built. It's getting broken, and then it's going up to Bell Performance Solutions, and we're going to have a dyno day. and you'll see the number. There won't be no speculating. You'll either see the number that I'm looking for, or you'll see a window through the side of the block. And I'm hoping that the second is not the case. Silverado, say hi.
I said hi to everybody. Okay. I've been waving every time someone else says hi.
Nope, not from Allstate Trucks. I've hit all the other ones, Highway Heavy Parts, finditparts.com. That's one of my favorite places. You guys looking for anything rare, hard to find, go to finditparts.com. If you go down to the description, there's a link. If you buy something off the link, I get a little kudos. So that's cool. And then of course all the big guys, Big Rig and 4 State and Iowa 80. So what I'm going to pull with Marla after it's done is a sled, big old loaded trailer in the drag races. For now, we're just going to play with it. Yeah, Darren, I'm thinking that's not a bad idea. There's a little space. I don't know if you guys saw my latest Facebook post. Did you guys see my latest Facebook post? Anyways, it's just a couple of pics of Marla. So if you're familiar with Kenworth cab overs, they have this, I'm going to call it an underslung cross member. And that is usually right under the flywheel housing. So because the truck had a V8, and so that engine is a little smaller, a little shorter, that underslung cross member was pretty far forward, made it very challenging to change the oil pan laying on the ground. So there's some cuss words in that video coming up as well. And so, I had done the motor mounts, and I had this big long lecture about how many times I've done it, and I knew exactly what I was doing, and I didn't. And so I was unhappy with where I put the frame mounts, and so I wanted to change them anyways. And then I got to looking at that underslung cross member, and I thought, well, that needs to move back. So we moved all of that. We moved the engine mounts today. We moved that cross member today, and we kind of put the cross member and the engine mounts together, which is something I wanted to do. Now we've got to weld up some holes on the frame and smooth it out, make it look good. But I'm pretty happy with the way that's going. I've got to clean those parts up and take them to powder coating tomorrow. And so hopefully within a few days, we'll get that stuff back and start getting it back together. And hopefully that coincides with welding up some of the bolt holes and smoothing that all out, making it look nice, and remounting the battery box. Now, what I want to do with the battery box, you guys are familiar with that long Kenworth 4 battery box that hangs off the side of the truck. I'd like to eliminate that and move the batteries back to in between the frame rails, but I'm not sure I have it in me. So what I might do is check and see where that fuel pump is going to sit. I may move the battery box forward, or I may move it aft so that pump can sit on the frame. I'm not really sure.
To which question?
Let me see.
Oh, where you're not really sure about where you're going to put the pump.
Yeah. So pup, yep, I'm challenging Tim as far as horsepower numbers. It's hard to beat a big liter cat with a small liter Detroit, but we're gonna see what we can do. I think I have him out dollared, although he might have out dollared me lately. We'll have to see. But if it came down to horsepower per dollar, I might have him beat. Yeah, Silverado Marla will be repainted at some point in time. It'll be the same colors and the same scheme. Yeah, Shane, it's definitely going to be going to shows. Right, Pup, I agree. What else you guys got? All right, Shane, we'll see ya. No, Jeff, the AV92 is gone, and it's 14-liter Detroit.
Gone.
Big horsepower. 2,000 horsepower, maybe. We'll see. Big horsepower, though. RTLO 22918 transmission. The big 3,000 torque clutch. What else can I say about it? It's got the PAI high performance rebuild kit with the coated pistons and the coated bearings and everything. Yeah, I was looking at that today, Darren. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. I'm probably just going to laze out and just move the battery box, stick it back in there. Well, Jeff, I try to make the channel kid friendly. You know, I'm a truck driver and a pilot, so my mouth says all those nasty words that we're all used to. But you know, I like to keep the channel to where if kids wanted to watch it, they could. I mean, some guys like to watch the show and have a beer and enjoy the rawness of the channel, and some guys want to sit there and watch it with their kids and not have to call earmuffs every 5 seconds. You know what I mean? Huh. I don't know how many lights I'm going to put on it. The budget is gone. I have spent 2 budgets worth of budget on this truck. We haven't caught the donkeys yet. I don't know if I answered that already, Pup. My dream semi truck, I don't really know. I think Marla is my dream semi truck. And as far as the truck engine, I've got a lot of truck engines that I want, but I'm narrowing them down. Like I always wanted a 14-liter Detroit. Now I have 2. I always wanted E model cat, and now I have 2. I've got the 5EK 475 in crystal, and then I just picked up an MXS 550, and that engine's I'm going to do something with that engine. I just don't know what yet. Probably build a rat rod. So I think, maybe. I think that that Marla with the 14-liter Detroit ranks right up there with my dream truck and dream engine.
Oh, snap.
You mean the 2-stroke Detroits or the 60 series Silverado? So Jeff, I put a race turbo on there. It does have a gated housing, and we can talk about wastegates if you want to, but it's based on the Garrett GT 5533. It's an 88 millimeter turbo. It's a bad boy. It's built by stainlessdiesel.com, and it's got their 5-blade super aggressive billet wheel on there, and it's got a billet center section, and it's all race stuff. If you go back a couple of videos before now, you can see all about it. Yeah, I saw that emblem, Pup. 2-stroke sound okay. And there's nothing wrong with a 2-stroke. It's a nostalgia motor. We all like the way they sound. The problem is I don't like my truck to get covered in oil. I don't like to cover my driveway in oil, and I like to have a little bit of power to play with. And so, for me, the 2-strokes are just nostalgia.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see.
Yeah, Darren, I'm going to stretch it out a little bit. I'm just looking for the right cutoff, and I'm not going to cut the truck, if that makes sense. I'm going to buy a cutoff. I'm going to stretch the tail of the frame, and then I'm going to put a liner in it, and then we'll drill and cut and hack and put the suspension on the stock frame. I'm not going to cut the truck off. David, I'm a fan of blue and white, um, which is what made me love crystal as much as I do. It's just because the colors are good. Marla's a good color. I think having Marla painted with modern paint in that same color is going to be pretty amazing. Yeah, the 60 series is just an amazing machine. They make good power, they get good mileage. Excuse me. They sound funny though. They have kind of that weird note in the exhaust. I don't know how to describe it. Like a Caterpillar kind of chugs a little bit, and the Cummins kind of just, does the blippy turbo noise, and then the Detroit has that almost like a cackle in the pipes. It's hard to get used to, and it's super annoying to have a big Detroit with big pipes. Yeah, Darren, I just didn't want to cut Marlo's frame. Marlo's frame is near perfect. It does have a little bit of rust behind those brackets I took off today. And so I was kind of disappointed in that, but it's not like you can really help it being pinched in there with all that road grime and stuff. The good thing is that the Detroit leaked enough oil that it kept most of that as an oil grime and kept it kind of rust proof. But there is a little bit of surface rust in there. But I don't think you'll see it once we get her wire wheeled off. But I didn't want to cut it. The truck only needs about 36 more inches. So I'm going to add 36 inches on the back, and then I'll run a liner the full length, like from where the transmission spring sets from there all the way back. It's going to be a lot of work, and it's going to be when I can just focus on that, and it'll be in the summertime probably. And the important thing is to have that truck ready to go when the time comes. Billy, there's nothing wrong with the cat. I like cats. Cats make good power. I was on the fence whether I was going to put a cat or a Detroit in there. I would never put a Cummins in anything. Not on purpose anyways. And the reason why we went with the Detroit is because the truck came with a Detroit. It's got Detroit badges on it. And so I'm just trying to stay true to the brand. And that's kind of why we did the silver accents too, because it's kind of playing along with the silver 92 paint. I didn't really even realize that the paint, the stripes on that truck, it's the same color as the silver 92 paint. And so having it on the accessories and on the covers, the pan and the valve cover, it really looks good. And I'm glad we went that way. It was a lot of work. We are not painters. But we said
I still got some paint on
it. We sanded that oil pan. We got this brand new oil pan, right? And I should have got it from PAI, but I saved $300 or $400 by buying it off of Amazon. And so we get the pan. It's nice heavy duty plastic pan, just like factory owned. We sanded on that thing in the valve cover for like 2 hours, and we painted it all up, and it looks pretty good. It took a long time for the paint to dry because the warmest I could get in the shop was like 55, 58. And so I get the thing all done, and I was like, before I put it on, I'm going to take these drain plugs out and put some thread sealer / thread lube in there. And I couldn't get them out, not even with the impact. So chances are once the break-in oil needs to be changed, I'm gonna have to change the oil pan. So I'm gonna spend twice as much and have to paint again.
Just change the whole pan.
It didn't change the whole pan to change the oil. But anyway, that's such is life. Yeah, Darren, my frame on Marlowe is just amazing. It has one spot like this that is pitted, and it was because, it has stickers that say "Do not weld on flange," and so somebody had nicked that sticker with something, and then it filled up with water, and it just held water in the sticker, and that rusted a spot on the frame. It's about this big. Let me see. No, probably not. I'm not a Cummins fan, Simon. I did like I had a T2000 with a 525 red top. That thing is badass. The thing had so much power. Anyways, a lot of people don't like that T2000, but it is a badass truck. One of my favorites, actually. What's up, Troy? How's it going? We did have a good Thanksgiving. I was home for the first Thanksgiving in like 9 years, I think. Yeah, I may do that too, Silverado. I don't know. We'll have to see. What's up, Mike? Mike Martin Sr. What you eat? Oh, Kit Kat. I'd say break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar, but I am on the no snacks. My fat butt needs to lose a little weight. So just FYI, maybe, I don't know if I will or not, but I may pop on a live tomorrow, and I won't be interacting with the channel. I just might put on a live and put Marla in the picture, and you guys be looking at my back just like you do every other day, and you'll get to see me hit my head and say a bunch of MF and SOBs. So that'll be cool. But I'm not sure. It just depends on the internet and the shop. Back to dump trucking, huh? Nice. Yeah, Darren, they do that too. And I would as well. There's nothing wrong with welding on a frame. I mean, we proved that. But if you're the manufacturer and you're gonna warranty the rail, and people are gonna overload that thing, you're gonna try and get out of it as much as you can. Nope, no Grinch cookies today.
We ate them all last time.
What's up, Mark? How's it going? Man, so pup, the other 14 liter. Listen, I'm a little tired today. I woke up at 3:30 in the morning and I could not go back to sleep. And so I got up and did some video stuff and then hit the shop about 6:30. So I'm pooped. But anyways, you see that squirrel? The other 14 liter Tim's engine. So did I post that? Yeah, I think I just posted that video where you saw the PAI high performance kit come from finditparts.com. And I got that thing and I'm ready to rebuild that engine. I just have to get some shop space cleaned up. So we'll have to see how long that'll be. But as soon as that engine's done, I'm going to do the MXS, and then that's it for me for engines. And I have no idea what we're doing with the other 14 liter, and I have no idea what we're doing with the MXS, but they're going to be ready to rip for sure. I think we could get away with, I think we could do 800 stainless diesel. They said they've got some pretty cool turbos we can use for the compounds, and I think it's going to be something pretty special. We'll have to see how it goes.
You're not fat, you're comfortable.
I'm fluffy. Just I'm just comfortable. And actually, I'm not super fat, but I just don't
Also
want to
not
be.
comfortable.
I'm also not comfortable. Oh boy.
Maybe we'll go live from the ranch this weekend while we're
Yeah,
cleaning
we'll
up.
definitely go. We'll definitely go live from the ranch. I keep spending the money. There's this $500 range extender thing for our Wi-Fi, and I keep spending the 500 on Marla instead of on the range extender. But I wanted to do a live from the shop out there while we clean it, but it's just not in the cards. So maybe we'll do some.
It'd have to be a very clear day and set the phone up in one spot and
Yeah.
do not move it.
Yeah, and it would be glitchy as hell for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, that's Whitney, Jeff. That's Whitney. It's a 1969 white.
Want to trade for it? What you
It's
got?
for sale. It's for sale. I'm not going to do anything with it. I'm done doing big trucks. I can't. I don't have it in me. I'm struggling with Marla. I'm getting stuff starting to hurt, and so I'm gonna get off of doing this big truck stuff. I want to fix up the couple that I'm going to keep and do paint and stuff and start going to shows and enjoying them. What's up, Jeffrey? Carry a lot of weight around this place, huh, pup?
You hear her, right?
Yeah, around the corner.
Oh, she's in the coats. What are you doing?
Oh boy. Sorry. All right, Jeff. We'll see you. Appreciate you being here. Yep. The older you get, the more it hurts. That's for sure. You know, I'm nursing some wounds, some injuries. I got, I'm pretty sure I broke my leg when I fell out of Trisha and sprained my ankle. And, my ankle healed, but my leg didn't. And so I think I'll know tomorrow. I'm going to get some x-rays and see. I'm not going to fix it anyways. I don't have time. But I'm still limping on that. It's been over 2 months. Did something to this elbow. I have like a detachment in the elbow, and it yeah, I don't even know how to explain what that feels like. But if you can imagine just reaching for your coffee cup, trying to get your arm straight, it feels like somebody stabbing you with an ice pick. So that's pretty cool. Nope, Jeremy, I'm going to get rid of the tow truck. I'm not going to do truck rescues anymore. I don't have the money or the time. So I think I'm just going to sell that truck. Yeah. Dude, I stood up. Normally when I stand up under the truck from on the ground, I hit my head on the steps, but I stood up just right in the right spot and got that dig in my kidney. That thing still hurts too. What else? So there's a couple of other things I did today. Let's see. I got the wiring harness from Precision Harness. If you guys need a wiring harness, do an engine swap in a modern truck or an old truck, this guy will build you any harness you need. Even if you're just changing, like if you go from a D-Deck 6 back to a D-Deck 4 in your Freightliner or whatever, he can build you that harness. Pretty good dude. Get a hold of him on Facebook, Precision Harness. Anyways, I got my Precision Harness, and so I got it all hooked up to the ECM. I've got the factory throttle pedal out. We're going to mount the electric pedal, and then there's a bulkhead connector that goes in there. We're going to have to drill that out, put the bulkhead connector in, and then run the cab harness up. We got to put some switches in, some lights, hook up the tack, and yeah, so that's going to be cool. That's going to be about half a day's worth of work. But I already have the engine harness done up to the pedal, so that's cool. And what else did I do? I put the water pump on. We painted the water pump silver, so I put the water pump on. I put up the water pipe to the oil cooler. That's all new. I did the up pipe to the thermostat housing. Took the thermostat housing off, wire wheeled it all up, painted it black. I didn't have anything close enough blue. I tried some blue that I had and it wasn't close, so I just painted it black. You won't see it anyways because the air intake pipe runs right across there, so you won't see it. So I put those on. What else did I put on? Started messing with the oil feed and return on the turbo. All that did was frustrate me.
This came with it, by the way.
Yeah, that's for the wastegate.
Okay.
Yep.
I didn't know if you knew that.
Yep. It's frustrating because our town is small. We don't have very good choices for fittings. So I went to the hardware store, and of course, they didn't have what I needed. So no oil or drain for the turbo yet. Working on it. What is it, Silverado? Yeah. Yep, I did take a shot getting the radiator out. Forgot about that. So if you want to test your mass airflow sensor and see if that's what's the problem, just unplug it. If you unplug a mass airflow sensor, I think the first time you start it, it'll stall, but just restart it. And what it does is it sets standard parameters. I had this old Chevy van, and I say old, it was probably a 99, 01, somewhere in there with 4.3 and mass airflow sensor, and the thing jerk and kirk, and then I unplugged the mass airflow sensor. I think my brother told me, hey, just unplug mass airflow sensor, and thing ran perfect after that. So just unplug it and take it for a test drive. Like I said, it'll probably stall the first couple times until the computer sets the base values. Pup, I have no idea.
Supposedly
Supposedly it helps, but I don't rightly know. You know, my channel sucks. I can't seem to get over this hurdle. You know, like 2.5 years ago, the channel took a nosedive and I've not been able to pull out of it. And you know, it's funny, we got a burst of like 1,000 subs, and it went to like 76,435. And then for like 6 weeks straight, I've been losing like 100 or 200 subscribers and getting them back and losing them and getting them back and losing them and getting them back. So I'm like negative, I don't know, negative 190 or something right now for 2 months. And yeah, it's just, I don't know what is wrong. It's stuck. So well, it will hiccup.
pick up back through the throttle body. No, pick up back.
You gotta put my glasses
through
on.
the
I can't read.
throttle body card at first, but it goes back to running.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Unplug that thing and see what happens. Well, Tim, I'd like to think that we do adequate content. I mean, it's not always thrilling, but man, I don't know what is going on. You know, some channels are killing it, but mine is definitely not, and it's pretty discouraging. I mean, I'm going to stick with it through the finish of Marla and painting Betty. So we'll see what happens after that. But I'm tired. I can tell you that. I'm tired. And I'm broke. Tired and broke. Pup, I just wish the people who already subscribed to me would watch. If I could do 40, 50,000 views per video, I'd be making enough money that I could continue working on trucks. But you know, 5 to 10,000 per video is just not ever going to cut it. I'm like, I don't know what to say.
We appreciate you guys.
We do. I mean, we do. And that's why we're still doing content. But it would be super cool if I could just get back some of the money I spent. That would be awesome. And even my merch sales. I mean, we saw like 5 t-shirts a month. You know, some channels are doing 1,000 shirts a month. But I mean, you know, like I'm not an over the road guy, and I don't have a trucking company, and I'm not backed by, you know, some big deals, and I don't give away $1 million giveaways either because I just
You're
don't
a
have it.
one-man show.
Yeah, you know. So it is what it is.
1.5 man show.
Well, I'm not going anywhere either right now. I am going to stop doing trucks though. I really want to do Franny, but I don't have it in me. Somebody has to buy that truck. You know what? You want to know what makes a channel grow? I'll tell you exactly what makes a channel grow. In the first 5 hours of the video coming out, 30,000 people have to watch it. If 30,000 people watch your video in the first 5 hours, your channel will be successful because that's what YouTube wants and that's what YouTube promotes. And if you don't do it, you're never going to get anywhere. 3,000 to 5,000 views in 24 hours is not going to cut it. You have to have, for the first few hours, you have to have 1 to 2,000 views per hour. And then when that happens, YouTube's algorithm says, hey, this is interesting stuff, and we're going to put it out in front of people. And then it's like a snowball effect, right? If you don't have 30,000 views in the first day, you're not gonna grow because they don't promote you. They say, you know, this guy does okay. He's got 4,000 or 5,000 views, and that's good. But if you pump out 1 to 2,000, if you look at Tim's videos, look at old Two Strokers videos, look at Steve's videos, you'll see in the first 3 or 4 hours they got 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 views, and that's where they get promoted. And I'm not saying my content's as good as theirs. I know my editing's not as good as theirs. You know, it's just a raw channel, and I think I pay the price for that. But I appreciate that, Jeremy and Jeff. Tim, ranches, we haven't really done anything at the ranch. I did just buy a new stove yesterday. You know, Black Friday deals at Home Depot. It got me a $1,690 double oven electric stove. What do you call that? It's not a stove. They call it a something else now.
Range.
A range. I don't know what they call it. But it got me a $1,690 one for $1,000 or something. So I got a pretty good discount. I've been looking for a used one for $500 and tire kicking stuff on Marketplace. And I'm like, man, if I don't just buy a new one, I'm an idiot. So we just bought a new one. So now we have the working kitchen. So that's cool.
We can cook food in the house.
Yeah, we can cook food in the house. That's super cool.
Other than green cookies.
And then what else? Oh, we got the I'll tell you, I'm just gonna say it. If you got one room, like if you want to cool your garage or your little office, your little detached office or your she shed, you know, a mini split's not bad. But if you're gonna try and do that for a whole house, don't. Look, I could have had guys come in, run all new ductwork, install a package unit or whatever you want to call it, and have central heat and air for about $16,000. I opted to do it ourselves. Mr. Kool, with the Mr. Kool discount, we did a 24,000 BTU kitchen, dining room, living room is pretty open. And then we did a 18,000 dual head unit for the bedrooms, and it sucks. I mean, it'll knock the sweat off you, and it'll knock the ice off you, but it sucks. Um, and there's just nothing as good as central heat and air, so don't do it. And like I said, if you want to cool your garage, do it. But if you don't, try and do it for your whole house. First of all, it's ugly. It's ugly on the side of the house with those big, stupid white insulated things. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Plus, it's a pain in the ass. Don't do it. Anyway, that's my preaching on that. I regret the shit out of that decision. And I would have paid double. But me and Jessica have what, about 4.5 hours in that install?
Yeah.
We have 4.5 hours in the install just in the bedroom ones. And then I spent about 2 hours, 2.25 hours myself. So we got, let's just say 7 hours. Dude, my time is worth, if you don't self assess your time at $150 an hour, you're cheating yourself. Like, so if you take that $150 an hour times 2 is $300 an hour, 7, that's $2,100, right? If I'd have taken that money and thrown that $2,100 on there and then dug into the piggy bank for another 5, I could have just called and had it done. And the next time I went to the house, had central heat and air that's more efficient even. So don't do it. Don't do mini splits. Yeah, it is Silverado. Nope, none of the equipment or trucks came with the ranch. And actually, we're disputing all that stuff right now. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. Yeah, Jeff, just don't do it. Mini splits are for one room. If you got one cold room in your house and you don't want to run all new ductwork and all that crap, just stick a mini split in there. But they're ugly. They're quiet. That's the only thing I can say. They're quiet. They don't make no
we
noise.
also were like, if someone stays over, the guest room has its own, so they can set it to however they want. But like, it doesn't even really keep up for the one little
The
room.
guest closet. Yes, the guest closet. It's still like 1,000 square foot house. You know, I don't know if you guys have seen the full view of the house we live in right now. It's 3,000 square feet. It's got 3 bedrooms. One bedroom's huge, 2 normal sized bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. Both of them are big. The bathroom laundry room is mine. The master bath is Jessica's. We got a big kitchen,
2-car enclosed garage.
yeah, 2.5 car, and it's 24 foot deep, so it's pretty deep. It's got a 10 by 15 cold storage attached, and it also has a shelter, storm shelter, and it's got a big screened in porch on the back, and it's got that big shop. And you go from that to trying to put your stuff in 1,000 square foot 2-bedroom 1-bathroom farmhouse. That shit just doesn't work. Don't do it.
We're gonna have a big yard sale.
No, we're not. We're gonna have a big dumpster.
No.
Let's see.
In our 3 carports.
All right, Silverado, we'll see you. Catch you on the next one.
Yep, it's been almost an hour.
Yep. We're going to take off too. I just wanted to share with you guys the airdogdiesel.com stuff. You know, if you're going to do anything, and listen, if you don't believe me, just Google what's the benefits for taking the air out of my fuel on my semi truck, and there is a plethora of information. The difference in power, is it noticeable on the seat of the pants? Probably not, but the difference in efficiency is huge. And, you know, just give it a Google, read it. You know, you're going to spend a little bit of money on the kit. You're going to spend a day hooking it up, but man, give it a look. airdogdiesel.com. Tell them that James Pretty sent you, and Yep. All right. So we're going to cut out 54 minutes, 56 seconds. I appreciate everybody being here. And maybe I'll do that live tomorrow. Maybe I won't. But we'll get some more videos coming, and we'll do a live from the ranch this weekend. Hopefully you guys can see the shop and see what we got going on over there. Appreciate you. You guys have a good one. We'll see you.